record, I'm here with Stephen Blum, who is the new Senior Vice President of Worldwide Sales and Services for Autodesk, which is one of the first companies I ever worked on in this industry way back in the early 1980s, and it's great to be back here with you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
So, where are the opportunities for the channel with a company like Autodesk if they're not already a partner of yours?
Sure. Well, we have many opportunities. Manufacturing industry is our largest industry overall. There's numerous competitors in the space, but the opportunity for growth is dynamic, and we're looking to add more capacity, in fact, all around the world in manufacturing. So companies that are focused in the manufacturing segment that have an interest in working with Autodesk should give us a call and contact us. Tremendous opportunities for growth leveraging digital prototyping, data management, simulation analysis, visualization, all key areas of focus in manufacturing. The AEC segment's another key segment of ours.
Can you explain what that segment is?
Architecture, engineering, and construction.
I know it, but I just wanted to...
Absolutely. We use a lot of acronyms.
The whole industry does.
I know. The architectural business, of course, is one of the foundational businesses for Autodesk, where it started from. But our growth is not just in architecture. In fact, the new markets that we're growing in are in the construction space and in the engineering side, and we've built out a large portfolio to go off and service that part of the business. And everything's focused around BIM, which is Building Information Modeling. It's model-based design in the AEC space, as well as sustainable design and green design, and those are big opportunities for all folks in the Autodesk ecosystem. And then the other market that we have a significant focus in is media and entertainment. That's really focused around the games and film industries. Most video games are using Autodesk software, but a lot of people don't realize that. And almost all visual effects are using some of our software for doing some of the great things that you see on the big screen these days. So those are our big areas of focus industry-wise.
So when you go to the Academy Awards, that means something to you?
It does. In fact, we have an Academy Award in our offices up in Toronto, and the last 16 Academy Award winners for visual effects, best visual effects, used our software to actually earn that award. So it means a lot to us.
Pretty amazing. And on the greening side of the business, it must be like there's so many people who are saving so much money in energy and all that because of your products. And I don't think people really realize that. Like they think of you as, okay, well, gee, now you don't have to put somebody who's a drafter or something.
Right.
But there's so much more to what you're doing.
There's so much more. But that's what makes working at Autodesk such a cool place. And it's our partners tell us the same things, because our software is being used by customers to do amazing things. I mean, they really are focusing on making the world a better place to work, live, and play. And things that are going to help our next generation and generations to come to actually have energy and to be just a more efficient way of living.
But tell me about the new highway that's being built using your technology you've got set up in the front. Mm-hmm. It's just such a great example of two things. So I want you to tell me about what they're doing for the people who can actually get to understand what the road's going to look like,
right.
And then the toy part of it afterwards.
Yeah, the cool part of it.
The cool
part. We're working with our civil engineering software and our visualization software combined together offer unique opportunities for the departments of transportation to build out the roadways, bridges, and all the things, and really model it out before they ever commit to building it. So, and we can do it in a much more efficient and effective way, and it's really leveraging a lot of great engineering technology behind the scenes to do that. The cool part that you were mentioning, though, is leveraging our simulation, our visualization and simulation software. We now enable customers to be able to literally visualize and actually drive on virtual highways before they're ever built. So not only can you see what it looks like on the road, but you can start visualizing, okay, what's it like with traffic and how they make the turns around the banks and things like that. So it's cool stuff.
And I guess for the designers, they also get to go through that before everybody else does and say, oh, this corner's going to be too tight, or this is going to be... So
exactly.
It's just...
The whole idea, I mean, one of the key premises behind Autodesk is that we want our customers to be able to commit to what they want. We want them to be able to visualize, analyze, and simulate their design creations before they ever build them. So when they actually build it, it's right, because they've already simulated it. They know what it's going to be like before they do it.
So I'm sitting here today, and I've heard a whole bunch of presentations, and the word cool comes up so many times, and I know it's all been a joke, but the reality is that I'm down here at the show, and I brought my wife with me, who works in the company with me, which is kind of cool for me to do.
Yeah.
But the first thing when she walked in here, within about 2 minutes, she turns to me, she goes, wow, is this stuff ever cool? You're making things that you can't even imagine. So I want to ask you, so there's two questions. So I want to come back to the to underdeveloped countries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But before we do, on this, all this stuff that you're building and so on, you also have something called 3D printing.
Mm-hmm.
Explain that, because I don't think, I'll bet 99% of the 160,000 people that this goes out to have no idea what you're talking about.
And by the way, I was one of those people until I actually saw it. So I totally understand why.
Well, I thought I understood it completely until I saw it.
Yeah, it is a remarkable innovation. So 3D printing is all about, well, everyone knows what printing is. If you see something on your screen, your computer screen, and you actually send it to a printer and it prints out, it comes out on a two-dimensional piece of paper. 3D printing follows the same premise, but first, what you're looking at on your screen are three-dimensional images or three-dimensional models. So, our software is all about model-based design, so it is really all in 3 dimensions. As opposed to sending it to a normal printer with paper, you can send it to a 3D printer. And these printers actually use materials to build out the model. So it builds a 3-dimensional figure or item it's a replica of that 3-dimensional design, fully built to scale. So if you want to go off and design a large skyscraper, if you're a customer who's trying to go and sell your architectural design to a big customer of yours, you can actually print out a model of this 3-dimensional thing. It'll be fully accurate. Everything is exactly the way it will be built in the real world, but it's actually done by these 3-dimensional printers. It is unbelievable.
When I first came in there, I was looking going, wow, who built these things?
Yeah.
And then you realize, oh my goodness, it's a printer.
It's unreal. I mean, you probably saw there's a whole motorcycle that was built out there that's actually a 3-dimensional model.
It looked real enough that you could sit on it and try it.
Exactly. I know, you want to rev it up and get going. Well, I keep thinking about, I think back to the Brady Bunch, with the dad or whatever was an architect, and he was always bringing his drawings, or they were building out things with little toothpicks. And I mean, this changes the game. I mean, you can actually bring a fully built out model of whatever you're making, whether it's a building or whether it's a motorcycle, a car. It's cool stuff.
Okay, so last question. Underdeveloped countries.
Yes.
You're doing a lot of work in there.
We are.
Why? Like, where are the opportunities?
Sure. So I'm excited about the developing countries, and the developing countries are they include the BRIC countries, which is Brazil, Russia, India, and China. But we also have opportunities in other emerging economies, such as countries in ASEAN, the Middle East, Africa. These are economies that are growing rapidly. We're seeing some interesting things happening where you're seeing folks that live out in the rural areas coming into the big cities. So the cities are being built out, which drives a lot of architectural design. But with all those people coming into those cities, they need to build the infrastructure to support that. So it's creating needs for new roads, highways, airports. Then those economies start growing and companies start opening up manufacturing facilities. So these countries have tremendous opportunities for growth. Their needs are tremendous, and it's really not only a great opportunity for Autodesk to grow its business, but many of these economies, such as China or Brazil, are becoming large GDPs with a tremendous amount of influence in the global economy. So, we certainly want to have a strong presence within those countries so that as they're outsourcing work or starting to do more global activities, Autodesk is leveraging them to grow our business overall.
So, as an old man who's been in this business for 31 years, the one thing that really, really impresses me about the whole everything to do with Autodesk is the fact that everybody is still out there. We've been talking for like 20 years, sell solutions.
Yes.
But just about everybody out there is still focused on hardware. And I hate to say it, and I know my audience is going to be, there's a lot of people are really upset with me for saying it, but we do. Your company's all about solutions. Nobody buys your product so that they can put it in the cupboard someplace and watch it work.
That's right.
It's allowing them to create solutions that people would never have thought of before.
It is. I mean, it is solution selling. We're selling software bundled together. We're actually even creating new go-to-market strategies with suites that are combinations of our packages that really do solve specific problems. They are true solutions. Our partners are actually delivering services, implementation services around that, again, building out the solution sale. So, yeah, we don't think about hardware. We want to actually run on a lot of different hardware platforms, but our sales aren't about hardware. It's all about selling that solution.
Yeah, and I've been talking to quite a few of the VARs who are here, and most of them are saying that they build their whole practice right around your product, and they're doing phenomenally well.
Yeah.
Like, I'm listening to them, and I haven't heard one of them saying, "Yeah, it's been a rough year. It's been this." I mean, the recession hurt them a little bit,
Right?
but they're all doing great.
They're doing well. Everyone's rebounded. We have a great relationship with our partners, so we were able to manage through a challenging time together, and we had a really strong rebound last year, which was fun for all of us.
And I think you're just on the I think you're still, even though you've been around for almost 30 years. I think that you're just on the tip of what this can do.
I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, I've been here for over 8 years, and they've been some fantastic years. I still think our best years are in front of us. So it's really exciting.
Yeah. The only problem is that you have to self-motivate, because in a lot of the categories, you really don't have any competition.
We have competition everywhere, and by the way, competition is good to have. It keeps you.
That's what
it keeps you
the
focused.
motivation. I was being serious.
Yeah.
Although I think the biggest problem that you have right now as a company is that the VARs don't know, like, there's not enough VARs and there's not enough people who are actually explaining to people what this technology can do.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to be your growth.
Absolutely. I mean, we will work with our partners to actually help them grow their organizations to support our overall growth, and we'll need to bring new partners into the ecosystem as well, because there are more opportunities out there than the capacity we have right now to go and close them. So that's a problem, but it's the problem I'd rather have than the alternative.
Absolutely. Stephen, it's been a pleasure having you on the record.
Thank you. It's my
hopefully
pleasure.
we'll do it again.
You got it. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.